Welcome everyone. Hello. I think everyone will start to be joining very soon. Welcome. I think we're just inviting people to join our live. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Wellbeing workshop today. I can see that Marie has joined us already. Thank you all for joining. Hi everyone. So I'm Diana, I work at the British Council, and I'll be joined today by the lovely Marie Loney, emotional wellbeing coach, business consultant and founder of the Glow Consultancy London. Through our workshop today, we'll be looking at how to stay positive during lockdown, how to build and boost your emotional resilience, and also the importance of goal setting for 2021. Hello everyone. Right, so throughout today's workshop, we'll be talking to Marie, but if you have any questions for her, please pop them in the chat. Also, any advice you can give to everyone, because I think we want to be a community, a place for us all to advise and support each other. So if you've got any tips that you're finding is helping your mental health and wellbeing at this time, add them into the chat. Okay, right, I'm going to bring Marie to join us now. Shortly. Oh, I know. I don't know about you all, but I'm definitely in need of some support during this time. Hello, Marie.
Hi. You can only see the top of my head. Why
That's
can
all
you
right.
only see? Oh, there we go. You can see me a
Hello.
bit better.
How are you,
Hi.
Marie?
I'm very well. I'm really excited to share my thoughts with you guys today. Thank you so much for the team and everyone to inviting me, and everyone that's out there. It'd be great, as Diana said before, to actually hear what you are doing to help yourself through these very challenging times that we're in right now. So yeah, it's lovely to have a two-way street, as it were.
Yes. Thank you so much, Marie. Oh, and also I saw earlier you've got a lovely picture in the background. Can you just show everyone? It's
Oh
so
right.
gorgeous. I just
This
had to
is
see it because
this
it
is
was just
my Aretha.
I love it. I just think it's so colourful at the moment. I don't know about you. I have to have lots of like lovely, bright and colourful things, flowers
Yeah.
and everything to keep me going during this time. So I totally get it. So Marie, obviously I've told everyone what we're going to be talking about today. But
Yeah.
for those who don't know you well, would you be able to tell everyone a little bit about you, your background, and how you came to become an emotional wellbeing coach?
Yeah, sure, definitely. I actually have a fashion background, fashion and more recently coaching background. I started at university studying at knitwear, Nottingham University. Then I moved back to London and started a fashion label. For many years, I was working in the fashion industry. Very exciting, very exciting. But it also came with its trials and tribulations and its highs and its lows. I found that working in, as most creatives do, and I think the workplace now, right now, is it can be like you're in a bit of a wheel going, all the time. You're just running and running and you're trying to catch the next thing. So when you finish one thing, you can't even jump off to relax. You're straight on to the other thing. So that's how I kind of found the fashion industry. But it was also really, really exciting. And being a creative person, I was living my dream. I was living my passion. So how could I feel that that wasn't the place for me? I was very lucky to exhibit at London Fashion Week, and Central St Martin's came along there, and they started to ask me if I'd like to support, teach some of their students on the
Amazing.
BA fashion course. So yeah, I was really thrilled. It was really great. So what was lovely about that was being in another community, still in fashion, but being able to motivate, to inspire, and encourage people. And I always found that that was something that I was really about and I really loved. So that was great. I had a studio at the time in Old Street, in funky Old Street.
Oh, I love that.
And yeah, it was great. A lot of designers were there. A lot of stuff was happening. Of course, the club scene and the whole environment. And it was a real exciting place to be. And lots of these pop-up things of art, and really amazing place to be. Not as slick as it is right now, but it was a bit more earthy, but it was great. I also had the opportunity to work for a business consultancy organization. It was an enterprise organization that was supporting businesses, startup businesses, scale up businesses. So I started my business consultancy around that sort of time as well.
Amazing.
Yeah. And as I said before, so going on to think about, why did I become a well-being coach? As said before, I was in the fashion industry myself. So running a business, I actually felt the pains that the fashion business owners could feel. And it was really, it was a difficult time. At times there were highs and there were lows, but we persevere. Our creative industries, we're so resilient, we're so innovative, we find ways to make things happen. But sometimes it's the cost of our mental health and our ability, our physical ability to do things. So I found that I actually did burn out many times. I was under a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of pressure. When you have teams and you have to make sure that they're doing what they need to do and they're also in a good place. More often than not, you were managing people and you couldn't get on with the tasks that you needed to do until those people had gone home, and then you could get on with what you wanted to do. So it's kind of like your day started when everyone went home, and it was completely. How does that work? But still, it was a great environment to be in. But I found that after so many times, I was spent. My body was spent. My mind was frazzled. And I kind of thought there had to be more to life than this, because you want a work-life balance. We have to enjoy life. We're here to enjoy life. We're here to enjoy our family, people around us, our experiences. So I felt that I wanted to have a more balanced kind of life. So I stepped out of business. I stepped out into a full-time work. I started working in education. I needed time to rest. I needed time to restore. I needed time to recover. I needed time to reflect. And that's the kind of thing that I kind of work to do. So I worked in education for some time, fashion education, of course. And then I worked for, no, then I actually moved into coaching a lot more, because I found that I was managing people. I was still doing my business consultancy, so that was fabulous. And then I did some research, and I literally found, I literally discovered that even though for businesses, any type of business, there was lots of mentoring and business support, but when it came down to the stress and the anxiety and the coaching, the coaching support, there was no support for that individual. And I think that was the gap. And I saw that gap and I thought, I want to be a part of the solution. So let's use my wellness coaching skills with my business skills to actually support people, to actually become more resilient, much more, more stronger, emotional strength and resilience within themselves.
I love that. And I think that it's so true, and it usually goes down to your own personal experiences that get you to a stage where you want to help other people, so that you don't have someone within a business feeling so alone they can't speak to someone, they don't have the right kind of resources there, which, I know with smaller companies it's harder to have. So having that bit of expertise is really, really beneficial. Obviously, I don't know about you, but the last year, I think we've all felt a little bit worn out. We felt frazzled, and I feel exhausted. I think we all do. It's been such a hard year. In your experience, and obviously from your opinion as well, how do you think the pandemic and current movements and the times have really affected everyone's mental health and well-being?
Wow, it's been catastrophic. It's devastating. It's devastating what this pandemic is doing to our world, doing to our lives, doing for our mental health. Because people are, they're isolated, they're lonely, they're depressed. I think the human connection has been a real big issue, because we can't socialize, because at least when we're feeling kind of like a bit low, at least we could socialize. We could be in the company of friends. We could laugh.
Oh, I know. I miss hugging people. Everyone says, Millie will say, I'm such a hugger. I really miss hugging people and seeing people.
Yeah, I'm a real hugger as well. I do find that. And I literally at the beginning of the pandemic, we went to visit some friends in Brighton, and I literally walked up to them and they were kind of like backing off, and then they were like, no, we do. Exactly. But yes, and I think those kind of things, those human connections, those are really difficult for people. And I think what's going on in people's lives, because, some people have lost people. Yeah. Some people have lost businesses. Some people have lost, friendships, because this pandemic has brought up a lot of things that are real issues in our society. I think if nothing else, we begin to realize that people are the most important things in our society, the most important asset, the most important. If there weren't people in our world, where would we be? And also, alongside that, that's important that our mental health is healthy, that our well-being, we're looking after our well-being, we're practicing self-care. So that we're looking after ourselves, we're thinking positively, we have positive thoughts, so that we could actually kind of deal with each day and stay in control with what's going on around us. I think the biggest thing is we feel out of control. It's all out of control.
Completely.
But we've had things like bird flu, we've had Ebola, not us personally, but that's happened in the globe, the world. We've had bubonic plague, Spanish flu. There are lots of diseases that have come along and wiped out a lot of people. But we also need to think that we're still here. Let's be grateful for that we're still here, that we're still healthy, and that we can go on from this. And we can start to develop a future that we want to look like, what we want our future to look like.
But yeah, completely. And I think, the hardest thing is for even the most positive people at the moment to try and stay positive. It is very hard. I don't know about you, but one of the tools I try to find is in the mornings, I'll have a little gratitude journal that I'll write 5 things I'm grateful for, even the little things like, having a roof over my head or, the meal on a table, just those little things to remind myself that I'm on the right path. What tools and techniques would you find are really helpful for keeping people positive during this time?
Well, I think this whole thing about self-care is really important. I think we need to look after ourselves, because if we don't look after ourselves, we can't look after anybody else. We have to start wherever you're at. Start wherever you're at. Everyone's different. There are all different circumstances. We all have different social references. So start where you're at. So the basics are eating well. We all need to eat well, whatever that means to you. Then we have to sleep well. We all need to sleep, because that repairs our body so that we can actually face another day. And exercise, whatever that means to you. Some people, want to do the 10K run. I would prefer to do a 5-minute walk, whatever that means to you.
I felt like I've had to try the couch to 5K because I've been like, what is going on? Even just have a walk, around the block. I think it's needed because you get so tunnel visioned and stuck in, when you're having to stay in,
Yeah, so that's really about just making sure that holistically your body is good, because a healthy body means a healthy mind. And wherever your mind is, if your mind is in a negative place, your body will follow. So you're literally framing your days. You're framing your days so that if you frame it from a good place, you'll have the energy to do the things that you need to do going throughout the day. So that whole thing you were saying about having a gratitude journal, that's really fabulous. If you can't do the gratitude journal, why not put what amazing things happen for you in the day on a Post-it and put them in a jar? And when you're feeling down, you can just pick those things out and you can have a look at that. If somebody's written some great things about you, sent you a thank you card or a really lovely, beautiful birthday card with some really lovely words in it, keep hold of that. And when those moments that you're feeling really a bit low, come back to that and realize that this is good. The people think positive things about me. Inspirational things are really good as well. So in the morning, frame your day. Do something that's motivational, do something that's inspiring. You can listen to a motivational talk, some inspiring words, listen to some lovely music. Try and make it a bit calm at first, and then you can build it up.
Candle on, keep it all nice and smell zen before the craziness. If you're kind of in a crazy work day, exactly.
Yeah, totally. And that whole thing about stepping out of the arena, that workspace. I don't know about you, but my best ideas come when I'm walking down the road. Yes. My best ideas come when I'm doing something else. It's really important to kind of frame that day and kind of realize that, okay, this is work time from this time to that time. And then thereafter, it's about you time. And in the day, to have little breaks. To have little breaks where you can get up and walk around your eyes. We're in this kind of virtual zone right now. Our eyes, we can get fatigued. Our brains can get a bit frazzled. So every half an hour, get up, walk around, make some tea, rearrange the flowers, do what you need to do.
I have to. I'm like, I need to do something, step away, because
Yes,
you're right, you get
yes.
so tunnel visioned. And I think even just be on your phone, because I know that one thing that is really challenging at the moment is obviously there's so much uncertainty for people, for businesses and employees that, a lot of people are out of work, a lot of businesses are closing, and it's just horrid and heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Especially for business owners themselves, what would you recommend for them to kind of boost their team morale and also actually their own well-being as well?
Yeah. I can't stress enough the basics. I won't go over that, but the basics are really important. But the other thing is this positive mindset. So we talked about that positive mindset and how to develop that positive mindset. I'll go a bit further with business owners, and this is something that they can actually work together with their teams. So it's to have an infinite mindset. Simon Sinek, the inspirational speaker and author, talks about an infinite mindset. And that's about pivoting your business, pivoting your ideas so that you can actually change that to adapt to your situation and actually make it more sustainable for the future. So as creators, being innovative, being resilient, it's to think of what in your business, because every business is different, can you do that can actually change your business to adapt to what's going on right now for the future. In terms of your employees, you can include them in this situation. There's nothing like inclusivity, giving them some sort of ownership and responsibility so that you become a community that are developing your business for that way forward. I think that's really important. Also building those relationships. So connect with your business, your employees. Is it once a week to say what's going on, what the future could be, ask them for some ideas. How do they see the future? Because it's much more fun when you do it together. So it's really important. Yeah.
It's that togetherness. I mean, the amount of times we've got a very small team at the council, and there's been so many times where me and Millie last year, with everything going on, we'd call each other up and we'd just cry because we were like, what is going on? But actually having that moral support, because the fact is that no matter what level you are within a business, we're all feeling it. And I think that teams are feeling it, but also the business owners are feeling it as well. So I think that it's really key to have a kind of almost like that, connectivity, and actually to touch base, like you said, building those relationships is so strong. So I've just seen someone's commented to say if this will be saved. Yes, this will be saved on IGTV and also on our member zone within our website as well. I mean, it'd be great as well to hear from people that are watching this. Have you got any advice at the moment as well? Have you found that there's been any experiences where you've been able to kind of stay positive by doing certain techniques that you could share with everyone? Or is there anything that kind of you found that within a business or as an employee that you found really helpful during this time? If you add it in the comments, it's always really, really helpful for everyone else as well. But I think that, Marie, you're so right. It's all about building that kind of plan and also kind of having that togetherness as well with everyone.
Yeah. And I think that vulnerability, I think we all need to be vulnerable because we're all feeling pain right now. So for business owners, if they could be more vulnerable, however comfortable they are with doing that. So don't go to the extreme if you're uncomfortable for doing that, but start with baby steps there again. Be vulnerable with your team, and they will then in turn be vulnerable with you. And then you build a relationship that's got a bit of depth.
Yeah. No, I love that. And it's true. And I think that's what people need at this time. Everyone's unsure of what's going on and what the future holds. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I've wanted to kind of I started this year thinking, hopefully this will be a better year. We're going to have a clear structure. What can I set myself? What goals can I have? Yeah. But I think it is very hard at the moment to goal set and know if that's kind of how we do that. What would you advise in terms of what is the importance of goal setting moving forward, and is it necessary?
Yeah, I mean, we all need a plan for our future. Without a plan, everything falls down. We can't just be kind of willy-nilly going around and hoping things are going to happen, hoping we're going to achieve things, if there's no plan to actually do that. So it's imperative to have a plan with goals. So you have a goal for your future. We have to set a goal for our future. If we have a purpose and we have a passion, that's another thing we need to think about. We need to think about what is our passion? What is our purpose? And then we can start to break down and develop some sort of plan around that with goals, specific goals for where we're going, how we're going to get there, and how we're going to realize our goals and our passions, if you like, and our future. And I think that's really, really important for people to do. So we have to think about our goals. They have to be really specific. They have to be measurable. So it's like if you put a whole series of tasks together, by a certain time you'll be at this stage. They have to also be achievable. So let's not think crazy. I can do, whatever I can do. Let's not go hit the sky. Let's think of the baby steps that are actually going to take us there. That means they're going to be achievable as well and realistic. They have to be realistic for that time. But for business owners, they could actually work with their teams so that they could work together for their business to see what that might look like. What is the goal for our business? How can we innovate to make something new and sustainable going forward? What are your thoughts? What are your concepts? And then let's start to, brainstorm those and then pick a few and then let's put a plan together and then give people lots of different jobs so that everybody can come together and own that. Own it as a community.
It's so true, isn't it? And I think, those baby steps, sometimes you think you've got this goal, you want to achieve it, and it's so out of reach and so far that if you've got those kind of little steps to get to that, if you tick them off, it's like little wins, isn't it? You can be like, I said to my friend that started a business, kind of actually she was in theatre industry, which has obviously been affected really badly as well. And for her, she was like, what do I do? And she decided to create some bags with quotes on it to keep people, which is fantastic. Happy Tote quotes, which I'll mention for her. She'll love
Fabulous. That is amazing.
But I think what's great is that, she was saying, I don't know if I'm doing well, and I said, write down your achievements so far, any little wins, do a little report for yourself and remind yourself, because all those little things will build up to big things, and then you'll look back and think, wow, what have I achieved?
Celebrate your achievements. That's really important, big and small. Let's not forget the small ones, because the small ones will build up to the big ones. And if we can celebrate the small things, that we'll be really in a great place when the big things happen. And right now, those are the things that we can cling on to.
Yeah, completely. That's honestly really brilliant, Marie. And is there any kind of, obviously the audience, if you ever have any questions, please do share them through and we can go through. I know there's been lots of lovely comments and, of advice for everyone. Is there any other bits of advice that you give to people at the moment? Obviously, especially for the beauty industry, we have been really struggling. And obviously, I know that it's just, we don't know what's going on. And obviously, it's something that we're really trying to work with. And our company is working really hard with government to make things kind of happen and find out what's going on. What would you advise? Is there any last bits of tips that you could advise for people?
Yeah, I would say this whole thing about developing this lifestyle and mindset is really important. So the healthy mindset, as we discussed before, is really important because it is those basic things that really matter right now.
Yeah.
With your mindset, I think that's really important as well, to be positive, because a positive mindset can make you resilient. And also it can stabilize what's going on in your life, help you stabilize what's going on in your life and help you feel a bit more in control. And at this moment, the only thing that you've really got control of is what you do and how you do it. So if you do it in a positive way, that's going to be really helpful for yourself and for those around you. Because if you think about it, we all have a sphere of influence. So people are going to be looking at how we do things. You notice when you talk to a friend, if you're all gloomy, then you take them down. But if you're all happy and exhilarated, and I'm not talking about being silly, stupid and all the rest of it, I'm talking about just being authentically happy, then that's going to really help them as well. We have to kind of think about things like generosity and being kind is really important, because those are things that are innate to our humanity. And those are things that we don't normally put at the forefront, and we don't
Yes.
normally do as much as we should do. So I think that's really important to do as well. And if I could say the last thing, I'd really say is to be happy.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy it. We are here. Yes, it's not the best situation that we could be in, but we are still here, and we can do stuff, and we can be happy, and we can laugh, and we can, have joke nights and comedy nights. I know the platforms that we have right now are, online, but let's make the best of a bad situation.
Completely. Oh, Marie, honestly, I think that is such a great point and a great way to end our live today, because I think we all need a little bit of that. And it's been a breath of fresh air hearing all of this today. So thank you so much. I think it's definitely something that we should definitely continue the conversation moving forward, because there's so much. I think just us having that little bit of reminder that we're all doing, we're okay. It's okay that we don't feel great at the moment, but we've got things, we've got ourselves, we're still here. There's lots that we can kind of be grateful for at this time, and I think that anything that we kind of need to work on, we can set those little goals to get to them, and that's the way to move forward. Thank you, Marie.
My pleasure.
It's been so lovely to chat with you, and I if you want to follow Marie and find out a little bit more about what she's doing, please follow her on it's at the Glow Consultancy, isn't it?
It's Glow Consultancy for Instagram, and it's glowconsultancy.london for the website.
Fantastic. We'll share all this as well within the Instagram Live. This will be available on our IGTV. This will also be available on our feed, and also on our member zone on the website as well. So we hope you enjoyed, and we will look forward to seeing you soon on our next live. Bye, everyone.
Definitely. Bye, everyone. Bye. Take care. Have a great day.